Hi guys, Joanna here, and in today's video, I'll be talking about perfumes that are perfect for work or office environment. These are the kind of fragrances that won't overwhelm because they are inoffensive, subtle, and light wearing. So having said that, I won't be talking about perfumes that have big sillage or strong projection, but rather intimate and subtle with very good scent bubble. My perfume lineup today will definitely make you feel clean, polished, and put together. And to be honest, these are actually the kind of fragrances that I gravitate using on a daily basis. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this video started. First perfume is called Figo by Granado, and this is actually a cologne concentration. Figo definitely starts off green, as you will definitely get a freshly cut fig in the opening. However, as it dries down, the greenness is somehow toned down, and there is this smooth pepper and elegant wood that are somehow peeking through. There's something about how subtle, clean, and light it is. To me, this smells very elegant. I am surprised actually that this is a cologne concentration because I find it quite complex, as this fragrance definitely develops as it dries down on your skin. As mentioned, this starts off very green, and also it has that Granado DNA of being citrusy and musky. However, as it dries down, the smooth pepper, sandalwood, and cedar just takes over, and the figs will actually just be in the background. So having said that, the fig scent will definitely be there from beginning till the end. So it is green, peppery, and woody. It also has this delicate and soft powderiness coming from the violet. This is absolutely beautiful. If you don't like fig or even violet, I dare you to try Figo, as I feel like this perfume is such a likable scent. It definitely smells clean and elegant in my opinion. And also guys, this is such an affordable perfume. I think 100 ml costs 58 something euros. Just sharing that as well because I find this fragrance amazing. And as you can see, I've been using this fragrance a lot of times these days because I just love how it makes me feel on a daily basis. As mentioned, this is a perfect, clean, green, and sophisticated scent that I think is perfect for office. Once again, Figo by Granado, and I find this fragrance unisex, however, leaning a little bit more feminine. Guys, I won't be mentioning about performance of these fragrances, as most of them have soft to moderate projection. Next up is a Middle Eastern fragrance, and this is called Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, and this is an extrait de parfum from French Avenue. This is basically a dupe of Musk Therapy by Initio, and they kind of nailed it on this one. The opening might be slightly different from Musk Therapy, as I am getting pepper in the opening here. So having said that, this is quite peppery and fruity in the beginning. However, as this fragrance dries down, guys, this just turns out to be one of the most beautiful, fruity, floral, musky scent that smells very elegant. This to me has a standout note of blackcurrant, orange, magnolia, and of course white musk. The blackcurrant in here gave this fragrance that instant uplifting factor. I think that's why I love this fragrance so much. If you love Musk Therapy by Initio, I definitely recommend you checking this one out because this is not even quarter of the price, guys. This is very inexpensive, and in my opinion, they are the same, especially in the dry down. Longevity and projection are moderate. This is something that will just makes you instantly clean and put together. This has a perfect amount of citrus and white florals as well that I really enjoy, and I highly recommend you checking this one out if you are looking for a sophisticated, fruity, musky scent from the Middle Eastern market. Once again, that is Glorious Oud Royal Blanc from French Avenue. Oh, and I find this fragrance unisex but leaning more feminine. Next up is Athena by Maison Alhambra, and if you watch my channel, you already know how much I love this fragrance. This is basically a dupe of Burberry Goddess, and what can I say? This is just spot on. If you love an elegant type of vanilla in your fragrance, highly recommend you checking out Athena. This is a kind of vanilla that is not gourmand, okay? It is not that sticky, sweet kind of vanilla, but rather clean and a little bit sweet. And guys, this is so inexpensive as well. Like, I got this for around 20 euros. So if you are in a budget and you don't want to spend a lot on a fragrance that you will be using on a daily basis and you love vanilla, I highly recommend you checking out Athena by Maison Alhambra. This is in my top 3 Middle Eastern perfume releases. So if you're a fan of Middle Eastern perfumes, you have to check this one out, especially if you love vanilla. I highly recommend you checking out your nearest Sephora or the nearest perfume shop so you can try Burberry Goddess and then you can have an idea of how Athena smells like. This fragrance is a beautiful and elegant vanilla that is spiced up a little bit with ginger, and the magic about this fragrance is that it will give you that chocolate nuance as time goes by. But don't be scared, okay? This doesn't smell like chocolate. I mean, it has a cacao nuance instead. Once again, Athena by Maison Alhambra for all the vanilla lovers out there. Next up is another affordable fragrance, and this is called Voile de Ocre by Yves Rocher. And you know how much I love this fragrance. This has only 2 notes listed, sandalwood and cedar. But I'm also getting here creamy fig and coconut. This is a very clean yet creamy, woody fragrance that I think is just perfect for close encounters. It just gives off that soft and delicate vibes that will not only make you feel clean, but also put together throughout the day. I highly recommend you this fragrance if you are into woody scents. That is also a little bit creamy. This is not lactonic at all. However, it has that sweet creaminess that I am kind of hooked actually. Love this fragrance from the very beginning. Once again, Voile de Ocre for all my sandalwood lovers out there who also likes creaminess in their fragrances. I find this fragrance unisex, by the way. Next up is Prada Infusion de Iris. Basically, this fragrance is a powdery and clean iris scent. I love this fragrance. This starts off quite vegetal because aside from iris, it also has that strong neroli. But as this fragrance dries down, it actually becomes powdery and musky. If you are curious about iris scents, I highly recommend you going to your nearest perfume shop and check out Infusion de Iris because this to me is one of my favorite iris scents in my collection. To me, this is somehow giving quiet luxury vibes as well. This is one of my favorite designer perfumes as I love how clean and polished it smells like. If you are into iris, you have to check this one out. And if you're someone who's curious about iris fragrances, I highly recommend you checking out Infusion de Iris because this is a very good startup for someone who's starting to like not only Iris perfumes, but even perfumes in general. I just feel like you cannot go wrong with this fragrance unless you're very sensitive with vegetal scents because of the strong green and earthy iris in the beginning mixed with the neroli. But then as this fragrance dries down, it just develops into this beautiful powdery iris that I love to smell like. Once again, this is Infusion by Prada, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning. Next up is one of the most beautiful skin scents that I have in my collection. This is Skin Reserve Blend by Clean. And what can I say? This is a kind of fragrance that I think is very likable and definitely inoffensive. This is such a light wearing, musky, and slightly sweetened scent that I just love. If you're into your skin but better kind of scent, then Skin Reserve Blend is definitely your fragrance. This doesn't only smell clean and musky, it also has that sweetness coming from the praline and just a touch of saltiness, giving this fragrance the perfect concoction for that your skin but better kind of scent. There's also a leather note in this fragrance, however, I'm not really getting that. Instead, I am getting here some cashmere and tonka combo. It is quite cocooning. I love this fragrance when it comes to intimate scents category because I just feel like you cannot go wrong with this scent. This, in my opinion, is a perfect unisex fragrance and I highly recommend it if you love the sound of a your skin but better musky kind of scent that also has some sweetness. Once again, Clean Reserve Skin. Next up is Tender Light by Estee Lauder. And guys, this is one of the most beautiful iris scents as well that I have in my collection. This has a beautiful citrusy tea in the opening, and then as it dries down, it has that powdery iris that is just perfect. This is not full on powdery iris in the dry down. It also has that refreshing tea and bergamot. So I feel like the powderiness is definitely balanced out in this fragrance. I find Tender Light a bit underrated as I really find this fragrance beautiful. To me, this can not only pass as a work office scent, but it can also be a signature scent. Like, there's something about it that smells very clean and sophisticated. If you love tea notes in your fragrances, as well as iris, you have to check out Tender Light. This is a perfectly blended citrusy tea and powdery iris. Once again, Tender Light by Estee Lauder, and this fragrance is definitely feminine leaning. Next up is Lazy Sunday Morning. This fragrance smells very aldehydic in the opening. However, as it dries down, it is giving fresh laundry and fresh roses scent that I am really loving. If you watch my channel, you know that I love roses. It also has ambre, so there's something about it that is giving that powdery laundry effect. If I have to go to an office, I feel like this will be in my top 3 choices. This fragrance is quite unique to me. However, I know that it is not as well because this can be categorized as one of those clean, white florals, musky scent. However, I think it is the rose that did it for me. There's just something about fresh laundry, powdery, yet fresh roses to me. I find this fragrance very elegant and professional. It is giving of that professional vibes. I think that's why I mentioned that this will be one of my top choices if I have to go to the office. There's something about here that is giving effortless, quiet luxury, yet professional vibes. Yeah, once again, lazy Sunday morning if you love white florals, musky, and powdery scents. In my opinion, this is feminine leaning. Next up is Nothing But Sea and Sky. And guys, this is so beautiful. This is in my top 3 favorites from Une Nuit Nomade. And basically, this has bergamot, sandalwood, and white musk. And that's all you're gonna get out of this fragrance. I am drawn so much in this fragrance because there's something calming and grounding about it. To be honest, it has a very simple note breakdown. However, I find it very efficient in making me feel good about myself. You know, these days it's quite rainy here in Portugal, and I am gravitating towards Nothing But Sea and Sky. There's something about how clean it smells like that is quite hard to describe. I think it is the clean and slightly milky sandalwood that they use in here that I am loving so much. This has bergamot as well, however, it's not too much. To me, this is mainly clean sandalwood and clean musk. If I have to describe Nothing But Sea and Sky in 2 words, it will be inoffensive and calming. I love this fragrance so much, and Nothing But Sea and Sky is definitely unisex. Next up is the prettiest of them all, Musc Moschus by Rania J. And basically this to me is like the queen of skin scents, as I find this fragrance clean, sophisticated, and pretty. It has a clean and uplifting blackcurrant, musk, vanilla, and sandalwood that is just very appealing to me. I know I've mentioned a lot of blackcurrant, musk, and sandalwood combo in here. However, there's something about Musc Moschus that screams the queen of skin scents. This might be the most expensive in today's recommendation, but I'm telling you, it is the longest lasting as well. This to me is the ultimate pretty, clean, sophisticated work scent. Love this fragrance. This will be in my top 3 as well. If I have to make a top 3 out of the 12 perfumes that I'm talking about today, this is a kind of clean fragrance that won't give you, oh, you smell nice kind of compliment. This is a kind of fragrance that will give you a second hug. This to me is a special your skin but better skin scent. Once again, Musc Moschus by Rania J, and I find this fragrance feminine leaning. Right, next up is Tardes by Carner, Barcelona. And guys, this is an almond scent that I actually like, okay? If you watch my channel, you know that I am quite sensitive with almonds, but this is my kind of almond. This to me is a sweet yet clean almond, and also it is perfectly blended with that powdery heliotrope, cocooning tonka bean, and clean musk. There's something very beautiful and professional about this fragrance. Tardes is the very first Carner Barcelona perfume that I ever had, and this was my first love from them. Tardes is unisex, however, feminine leaning. All right, last but not the least is a new discovery of mine, 22 Orris by Ledda. And I'll be honest, I was unsure about this fragrance in the beginning because of Orris. It's just that I am quite sensitive with Orris because I find Orris notes too earthy and vegetal for my liking. However, this Orris, guys, is the most beautiful of them all. This to me is the perfect, demure, professional, elegant, sophisticated office scent. This opens up with a fresh and sweet pear and uplifting freesia. And as it dries down, the white florals actually starts to come out. However, they are not heady at all. It is very well balanced with the sweetness coming from the marshmallow notes in here and a creamy sandalwood. I love this fragrance. You know, I actually have an upcoming trip to Germany, and I think I will be bringing this fragrance with me. And yeah, that's actually quite tough because I will only bring one. And yeah, I feel like I will be bringing Orris because I love how clean, polished, and feminine it makes me feel like. This to me smells like your pretty, always put together office mate that you admire. So having said that, check this out, guys, because it is also quite affordable. I think I paid around $70 for this bottle. I really love it. Yeah, this to me is not really Orris, but rather white florals, creamy sandalwood, and sweet marshmallow. Really love the scent, guys. And this is definitely feminine leaning. Alright, so that is the video for today, guys. Those are the top 12 office scents that I highly recommend. Let me know what you think of them, or if you have any recommendations in your mind, please write it in the comments down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching and see you on my next one. Bye, guys.